Yes, so what's up, wonderful people? Welcome to this wonderful episode on a Saturday evening right here in Nairobi. It's actually 26 minutes to 6 p.m. I don't know wherever you might be tuning from, what time it is, but nonetheless, I want to welcome you to this particular episode, all this particular broadcast, where we get to link up and just get to have a chat based on what is happening around the world, and also get to learn Swahili, which is actually one of the most prolific languages on the continent right now. And this is a language that is spoken by over 150 million people on the African continent. And it is actually getting so much love. That is why we do believe that you also ought to have an interest in the language itself. Whether you are actually on the continent or off the continent, it is wonderful to have a language that you can actually speak and connect with the African people right here on the continent. My name is Spikes, and I do hope that your weekend has been wonderful. If not, I just want to really just to encourage you that things will actually shape up in this particular new week that we are actually heading into. Every other Sunday, people get an opportunity to just reflect. Sunday is just a beautiful day to get to reflect on the past week and to be able to plan for the next week. It's in there between. And I do hope that you're planning for your upcoming week. And whatever it be that you are purposing to achieve this particular week, I do hope that you get to achieve it. And I do hope that things work out for you. Just wonderful. Before we get into the whole issue of Swahili and why it's important or how Swahili is like, I just want to talk about an issue or a matter that has actually been making the headlines for not the major headlines, but an issue that has been doing rounds on social media. And I would actually call this issue what it is, xenophobia. And this is a matter that has been spoken about, and mostly people that have fallen victim to this whole problem of xenophobia more than anyone else on the continent. I would just like to talk about South Africans. So a couple of weeks ago, there were auditions, and these were auditions for Miss South Africa. And so many people decided to turn in their audition videos, the submission. I think there was submission, expression of interest to participate, and people would send in their videos, introducing themselves, saying what they do, where they are from, and how they're interested in participating in Miss South Africa. And this particular call caught the interest of so many beautiful South Africans. And one of the people that had an interest in participating in this particular event is one lady known as Chidimma. So when Chidimma submitted her video or did her audition, there was a whole lot of uproar because of the name itself. Her name is Chidimma, and we know that Chidimma is a Nigerian name. So when she submitted her made her audition video, there was a whole lot of a backlash. Why is Chidimma interested in participating and becoming Miss South Africa? We do not want, the South Africans say, we do not want Chidimma to be Miss South Africa. And she did face a whole lot of opposition. And this is her video. Let me just share with us her video of her submission. Let me share with us her video of her submission, the video that she submitted, and the kind of a backlash that she got from South Africans, because they felt that even if she claims, even if she claims to be South African, they felt like, no, this is not it. She cannot contest for Miss South Africa. Let me share her submission, her video, and this is what she had to say on her entry video. And let me know what you make of this whole situation. And let me share this video right here. You can let me know what you feel about this particular one, and your thoughts on the backlash that ensued after this particular one.
Hello, South Africa. My name is Chidimma Vanessa Onwe Adechina. I'm 23 years old, all the way from Cape Town. I'm a netball player and an LLB law student. Violence against women and children still remains ubiquitous and unreported. The silence on violence against women and children has to be broken, and now is the time for us to take stronger measures to attend to the cries of our victims and to create a safer society for women and children to live in. Along with the South African platform, I can encourage society to join hands with me in advocating for change and supporting initiatives that will protect women. By doing so, we can create awareness and we can educate the public as well as the public services so that we can create a safe environment for our victims to speak and to be heard. To women and children living in violence, never let anyone silence your voice, because your voice can make a difference. We all deserve to live a life free from violence. You are not alone, and your story matters.
So that was Chidimma's video, the video that she did, and submitted her entry. And when Chidimma did submit her entry, and it caught the attention of South Africans, all South Africans came, and it was all fire on her. And, everyone was against her, attacking her. But then again, there is a question of selective xenophobia in South Africa, because South Africans claim, so many South Africans, not all South Africans, but most South Africans would claim that the people from Zimbabwe, they are coming into South Africa and they're taking away their jobs. They will claim that the Nigerians are coming into South Africa and taking away opportunities from them. They will claim Kenyans are coming from Kenya and going to South Africa and taking away their opportunities. But then again, the real issue when it comes to the white man who has taken over South Africa, of course, we know that we do have the black majority in South Africa and the white minority, but the power and the wealth is mostly in the hands of the white minority in South Africa. But when it comes to confronting the real threat or the real enemy, South Africans will not talk about it. South Africans will not talk about what opportunities they have been disenfranchised from by the Mzungu, but they will talk about opportunities being taken away from them by the Nigerians, or by the Kenyans, or by the Zimbabweans, or by whomever else from the African continent. And this is now a war, if I might call it so, quote unquote, a war between us as an African people, rather than looking at who the oppressor is and confronting that particular issue from that particular end. And therefore, when this particular video came up and, Chidimma had submitted her entry for Miss South Africa, she was attacked. She was attacked, and eventually she had to draw or to withdraw or rescind her application or her interest from participating in Miss South Africa. And when it comes to also matters in South Africa, there was one lady Pal Dusi. I do know that most of us, maybe perhaps some of us do know of Pal Dusi. Pal Dusi is a very popular South African actress, and Pal Dusi is actually a half caste, biracial, if I might call it so. So Pal Dusi is actually biracial, and she came to the defense of these Nigerians. She came to the defense of Chidimma. And Pal Dusi has also been trending because she has also been attacked by people who believe, by South Africans who believe that she's betraying their country simply by allowing a fellow African to participate in Miss South Africa. And this. Let me share with us the video. Let me share with us the video of these. Let me share with us the video of Pal Dusi and her defense, because she came to the defense of Chidimma, and she has also been having a very, very difficult time, trying to convince South Africans why they should let this Nigerian who claims South African identity, because she has been brought up in South Africa. She claims South African identity. I believe she has been brought up in Cape Town. And Pal Dusi came to the defense of Chidimma, and this is her video. Let me just share this with us, and you can let me know what you feel about her defense and how this whole story has unraveled, and even till now, because the event has been conducted. And to my surprise, or rather to no surprise, you will see who won this particular contest. Let me share this with us real quick, and you can see what has been going on. Because Pal Dusi is a South African actress, and she came to the defense of Chidimma, who has a Nigerian name but has a South African identity.
She can't call Nigeria home, even though her parents may be Nigerian or wherever they may be from. Like, that is beside the point. So if she was a white girl and she was half French, half something else, you guys might have never even noticed. If her mom, like, you might have never even noticed. But so if she was a white girl and she was half French, half something else, you guys might have.
Exactly. This is what Pal Dusi is trying to explain to fellow South Africans, that if this lady, this Chidimma, was a white girl, she was white, she was half French, she was maybe half French and half French and half German or whatever, South Africans would have still kept quiet. But now it's because it's Chidimma and she's South African and she's black like them. Now she will be seen to be taking away the opportunity from them to become Miss South Africa, because she has entered into this particular contest. And this is competition that is quite senseless. It does not serve to the interest of Africans, whether be it in South Africa, whether be it in Nigeria, or whether be it in any other different part of the country. But Pal Dusi came to the defense of Chidimma and said if she was white, and if she was half French or half Belgian or whatever, they would never complain. But now since she's she has a Nigerian name, but she has a South African identity. Maybe she was brought up and raised and brought up in Cape Town. Maybe perhaps she even has South African citizenship. But now they do not want her simply because she's Chidimma. But this is what Pal Dusi had to say regarding the whole situation. She came to the defense of Chidimma, but Chidimma still stepped away from this whole situation of contesting for Miss South Africa.
African. She can't call Nigeria home, even though her parents may be Nigerian or wherever they may be from. Like, that is beside the point. So if she was a white girl and she was half French, half something else, you guys might have never even noticed. If her mom, like, you might have never even noticed. But because her name is what it is, now it's a big deal. But you guys have people from cricket teams representing, maybe it's because it's not a singular person, but people in our cricket teams, in our parliaments, in different sectors of the South African, I don't know what to say, like, ecosystem, whose parents are not South African, but they were born here, that you may know or may never know of. And this girl has to suffer because she's black and she's female, and it's a pageant. South African. She can't call Nigeria home, even though her parents.
That is what an important point that was raised by Pal Ndusi. So Pal Ndusi was saying, why would you block this lady Chidimma from participating in the pageant? And she is actually from Cape Town. You know, her parents may be Nigerian, but maybe she was brought up here, has South African citizenship. But when it comes to other people representing South Africa in other areas, in parliament, in sports, in whatever other area, people have no problem. But then again, when Chidimma now comes and shows her interest in participating in South Africa, it becomes a very, very big issue. Of course, Chidimma went and receded her interest to participate in Miss South Africa. And now the whole issue has resurfaced again. The whole beef, or the whole issue, the whole matter has resurfaced again, simply because Burna Boy, we all know about Burna Boy. If you don't know Burna Boy, then you're missing out on you're missing out on a whole lot, when it comes to music, matters music and entertainment from the African continent. So Burna Boy put up a post on his X, formerly Twitter. He put up a post, and these particular post that he put up, was about the winner, or the person who eventually emerged to be the winner in this Miss South Africa contest. And Burna Boy was saying, after all the noise, and also blocking Chidimma from participating, after all the noise, look who won. After all the noise, look who won. Look who won this particular contest. Let me share with us this particular post. It was a murky one. Let me share these real quick. I'm hoping I'm able to share these real quick with you, and share the video here. Share. This was on Burna Boy's X. I did follow Burna Boy, so sometimes I'm able to see some of the posts that he has shared. And it has now become a big beef between Nigerians and South Africans. South Africans refused a South African girl with a Nigerian origin to participate in the Miss South Africa Beauty Contest. And for those who participated, look who won Miss South Africa 2024. This is not even an African girl. So South Africans are busy and bitter fighting fellow Africans. But when it comes to anyone else winning, they do not have a problem with that. They do not have a problem with a white girl winning the Miss South Africa, but they have a problem with a fellow African girl from with a Nigerian origin who identifies as a South African, probably has a South African citizenship, from participating because they feel that this winner is more South African than Chidimma, who is also brought up in Cape Town and identifies as a South African. And I find this beef to be quite weak. If you do find South Africans fighting other Africans, but will not raise a hand against the oppressor, then this is weakness. This is actually weakness at its best. So there was also another lady. I think this is Tyler. Tyler's a South African artist. I think she's a biracial. Tyler, if I'm not mistaken, I think she's biracial. No, she's a mulatto, really. She's a mulatto. And for Tyler was also out there getting involved, getting herself involved with this whole beef between South Africans and Nigerians. She was also involved with that. And I think yes, she is a half caste, and I think she was coming in the defense. She was in the defense of the South Africans. And in a post, it said, I, Tyler, would like to clarify that the tweets post regarding the Miss South Africa saga do not reflect my personal views or values. The accounts are managed by my management. These posts were made by my management. As a proud South Africans, I stand with my fellow citizens. The situation went crazy, and Tyler got also entangled in that. Burna Boy also got to share the views on that. But personally, for myself, for my views, I do believe that we as an African people, we should look at us as an African people first, black first, and then everyone else can come after. That is my belief. Everyone else can come after. So if you're trying to fight a fellow African simply because they want to get involved in a pageant, and you feel that, they have a name which is a Nigerian name, even if they were born and raised in South Africa, you feel that they are not African enough to participate in South Africa. But when anyone else comes in from Netherlands, comes in from Belgium, you can allow them to participate in the same pageant. That is a weakness, if you get to ask me. And I think that is a selective xenophobia, and it should not happen on the continent, And even when it comes to matters business and opportunities, you're looking at fighting as a Bambo and was coming to South Africa, probably operates a small business with a sewing machine, and you feel that now you want to go and destroy their small shop where they mend clothes, while you still have a big company that is run by whomever else that is not African or black, but you do not have a problem with them. I think that is still a weakness. Nonetheless, this is a Black to Infinity, and you can check in and connect with us on different socials. And I'm hoping every other weekend I would be getting an opportunity to just come and vibe and just share with us what is happening, and also maybe perhaps engage with teaching Swahili. If you would ever love to be a Swahili learner with us, feel free to connect with us. In case you would like to have some notes for Swahili, like a book that I've put together for Swahili, you can shoot an email. You can write to me an email, and that is African Way Network at gmail.com. African Way Network. Let me just put that here on mail. African Way Network at gmail.com. If you'd love to have a Swahili book, Swahili notes booklet, that you can use, a Swahili guide that you can use to African Way Network at gmail.com. African Way. Yeah, in case you would like to have the notes to yourself, that guidebook for Swahili, please do let me know. You can write directly on email, African Way Network at gmail.com, or you can just shoot me an email at monyajispikes at gmail.com, whichever is fine. You can also write to me via that particular one, and I would know about your interest to get to learn Swahili, so that if you do get that opportunity, we can just go ahead with it. Also, very, very soon, I will be doing a podcast, a regular podcast, a Black to Infinity podcast, just talking on matters to do with us as an African people, as a Black people, and matters of just in the Pan-African spirit, just getting to connect our people anywhere and everywhere. That would be quite wonderful to engage on matters that are going on, economic matters, political issues, historical issues, and other matters are on there as well. So it has been wonderful. I think I'll cut these live here, but it has been wonderful. In case you want to connect with us on different platforms, feel free to connect on X. I'm on the Spikes on X. I'm on the Spikes on Facebook, and also on Instagram as well. It will be quite wonderful to just connect and keep different conversations are going forward, conversations regarding as an African people in the Pan-African spirit. For now, I want to thank you. In case you took your minute to check out this particular video, click on the subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Give us a thumbs up, and also you can drop a comment on there as well. You are much welcome. In case you want to connect, feel free to do so. You can write to me an email, African Way Network, or you can shoot an email to monyajispikes at gmail.com. It would be wonderful to just hear from you and just get to connect. Much peace and love. Till next time, I want to say peace out. Have an enjoyable and a productive week ahead.